Well, hello YouTube. So, look at this. First warm spring afternoon this year. Really nice. They're saying 20 degrees, 18 at the moment, probably. Summer riding gear on. Happy days. And it'll end hopefully with a cup of tea and maybe a bun at Thornley Dale. I think we'll give way here. He's a bit too big to argue, is this lad? That is the biggest truck I have ever seen on Bracken Lane. I rather like what they've done here. They've put this new fencing up around the sheep field. I bet that costs a tidy sum. I think it's a really handsome fence. I would have thought sheep proof, but then again. So the church we're approaching is Garton on the Wold. And this is a cross-country route that more or less avoids all the main roads. You cross a couple of main roads, you can't avoid them, but you don't have to ride on them. Chris was just saying he come down from Nafferton this morning, and he said all the way down, he said I just wanted to have a nice steady bimble along. He said and some old fella in a car behind me, he said he tailgated him all the way down that road from Bainton to Beverley where the S-Bends are, Brickyard and all that. It drives me mad when people do that. I just pull over. I do what I need to stop here. I do what Silver Fox does. I pull over and let the buggers pass. I think my absolute favourite village in the whole of East Yorkshire, I really like Sledmere. I think it's a lovely village. It's got so much character. David Hockney painted this view here, the road to York. And you can see what drew him to it. The lovely colours and that lovely pagoda that they built there, look. It's rather splendid. And I love these houses. So much character to them. Look at like almost got portcullises on them. Yeah, they're brilliant. I love them. Now then, this is the one I want. That's it. The Luttons. It's called Croom Road. It's a gorgeous little village. It really is. I'd happily live here. Happily. Judy'd hate it, but I would absolutely love it. It's my idea of paradise. It's got a pub at the end of the road there. What it could do with one of those, country filling stations, like they have at Kirkman, where it has a little supermarket in it. Because I think a filling station on that road would do rather well. We get a lot of visitors going to Sledmere House, and to be perfectly frank, you've got to know the area to know where the filling stations are. They're not obvious. You'd have to either go back onto the main road between Driffield and Bainton, or Fridaythorpe, or now I'm struggling. What about this way? Blimey. Well, the only one I can think of is Staxton, and that's miles away. Yeah. So, a village petrol station with a Spar supermarket, I reckon it'd be a little gold mine. I suppose the problem is whether or not the estate would allow it, because I think that it's like Dalton Home. I think Sledmere Estate basically owns the village. You never see them building houses there. The nearest building to this village would be at Wetwang, about 4 or 5 miles away. So, really nice day for riding a motorbike. It's just about perfect weather conditions. The slightest wisp of a breeze. It's about 18 degrees. The peak on this helmet is very welcome. And I feel a lot happier after, I don't know, 40 odd minutes on the bike than I did when I started. Best medicine I know. On our group chat, the Brown Saddles, I mentioned that I didn't think this bike would be much good for going distances. I take it back. Totally take it back. And I'm sure Chris Wallace would say it'd do anything, because if you see the mileage that Chris puts on that CB500X of his, it's the same engine as this one, more or less, then I'm talking out the back of my head. It would happily do it. I think it would be a very comfortable place to take the journey. I'm just heading down to Islington to go across the A64, and I think then we're about 6 or 7 miles from our first port of call. This is a bumpy, rough hill, and the bike can very quickly get unsettled on it. And I used to absolutely dread coming down it on my NT 1100. And I want to cane on my Africa Twin thinking about it. Although being DCT, at least it had a bit of engine braking. I have to say that was one good thing, that DCT was very good at slowing you down on hills. You don't want to come down here at reckless speeds. There's quite a bit of traffic, as you've seen, with a truck and 2 cars, and they always seem to come up on you at the worst possible moment. See what I mean? Now the fun and games begins, getting across this what can be a very busy road junction. I have to say, mobile phones on motorbikes can be a damn nuisance. We're just coming down through Islington, I could hear the phone ringing, but this Fod Sport doesn't seem to be working. Oh, that's bloody queer. So I thought, well, I won't answer it. I don't know if it's on or off or not, I don't know. So I stopped, got my iPhone out, and it said, it gave me a choice. Did I want to talk on the speaker, on the phone, or on the Fod Sport comms device? And I thought, well, why didn't that answer? And it turns out what had happened was, somehow or other I've managed to turn the volume down on the Fod Sport and not realised it. Because as soon as I turned the volume up on the iPhone, I could hear the answer phone that I was ringing. It was somebody who'd been trying to get in touch with me, and you know, when you ring them, you get options A, 1, 2, 3 and 4, whatever it is. And to start with, I could hear it on my iPhone talking, and as I turned the volume up on the iPhone, all of a sudden I could hear it. Beware of pheasants, Chris. He's got a screen. He lost his wind deflector off the top of his screen in altercation with a pheasant while he was out with Cam the other week. And he's got a new screen on, and it looks like it's got a frosted finish, but I'm sure it's the protective wrappers that are on it. But Chris has tried all kinds to get them off. I had a quick look at it, and I have to say I'm a bit, I don't know if it's meant to be like that. It's got like its bathroom frosted window effect. I'm sure it's a protective film, but I think if it is, I can't get it off, and Chris can't. It is a conundrum. Don't ask me what they call this village, because I've forgotten. There should be a junction here somewhere. This is the Vale of Pickering we're crossing at the moment. Here it is. There was a left turn here. This is the one we want. And then right where the dustbin wagon is. This is another one of those very, very pretty Vale of Pickering villages. And that's the old station there. There it is, Alliston. I don't know if you're actually allowed to go in there. I'd quite like to go in and have a look at the old station. This is one of the villages that has a stream running down the centre of it. It's quite a common theme in a lot of these moorland villages. This is just on the edge of the national park. You see it running down here. It's beautiful, clean water. Got a lot of growth in it, which sort of suggests that it's full of nitrates, but everything looks very bright and vibrant around it, so there probably is something in the water. I certainly wouldn't drink it. Quite a big village as well. Royal Enfield, was that an Interceptor, I think. And then on to the Thirsk Road, the A170. If you went right, you go to Scarborough. This is the end of this ride, Thornley Dale. Taking us a very pleasant hour and 6 minutes as up to date. And I'm just about ready to get off the bike. A bit saddle sore. But I have been on some pretty rough roads. I don't know what happened there. He got in the car, and as he was going to shut the door, the car started rolling forward. I'm sure it did. I wonder if he'd had it stopped on the, had it in first gear and he dipped the clutch without, the handbrake wasn't working properly, in other words. Who knows? This is the best way to come in, because you get a view of the stream with that famous cottage on it. This is the bridge. Another village with a stream that runs through the middle of it. Yeah, look. Made to measure. That's what you call really good timing. That's what you call perfect timing.
Yeah, I've never stopped it. I mean, I've been through that dozens of times. I've never stopped.
Right, let's have a look at that screen. I've got my camera running, so I just want to just put... Right, this is the troublesome screen. Get as close to it as I can. Now I think there's a film on that. Sure of it.
I stole it from a urinals.
Yeah, but I don't know how we're going to get that off. But it definitely feels like it because there's a ridge in it there. You can feel it. Yeah. Curious. I've never seen one like it.
Oh. There goes Graham on the mighty CL.